Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a brief review of the Nahvalur Eclipse, and this is version 2 of the Eclipse. I bought this at the DC Pen Show back in August. My intention when I went to the DC Pen Show was to only buy Santini and maybe see what was at the freebie table, but I saw this Narwhal stand on the way out the door, and I was immediately drawn in by the color with the rose gold trim. And then I rode with it for a few moments and I was pretty much sold. It was a very smooth rider, and very happy that I have it. It's not a perfect pen by any means, and I'll talk about that a little bit. But this is the pen, and it's a beautiful rose gold trim. With this clip does come off. I haven't tried to remove the clip, but it does come off apparently. And then you see there's a black liner in there to add to the looks a little bit. Oops, some ink. And this is the cap that allows you to separate the body, and I'll show you that in a second. But before I forget, here's the box, and you have your narwhal design. Again, this color is Hepatizon, and it's a basic case, and you can scan the QR code for any instructions. So that's all that's in there. Pretty simple design box, but pretty much all you need for a box. Well, all I need for a box anyway. So I'll show you how to take this apart. Nahvalur said they on the initial version one that they spent 2 years in design, and yeah, I'll take the word for that. Again, there are some things that I don't quite like about it, but I think it's a unique design, of course, as you can see. So to take it apart, you just unscrew it here at the back. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen some reviews on this pen. You can see that something in there is turning, the liner is turning, and you can also see as the liner's been turning that it's scratching. So it's going to be more scratches over time. You see there how scratched it is there, but that's neither here nor there. And so here's the nib and the converter. I haven't tried any cartridges in here to see if it uses like pilot cartridges or anything. I just use the converter. So there's the nib. It is well, I guess it's kind of rose goldish to match the trim, but basically it looks pretty much like your normal vanishing point nib. It does have a notch there that is important, like the vanishing point and the others. It slots right in here. There's a slot right here, and maybe you can't see, but it slots right in here. Otherwise you won't be able to get it back together. And you can just anywhere, it doesn't matter where you put the body back. So I push down a little bit and then screw. It does take quite a few turns to get it to tighten back up, but when it's tight, it's obvious. And as far as the clicking, you can do it with one hand, but as you've seen in other reviews, you have to hold it a certain way, and then try not to pinch yourself with this. So it does work as a one-handed. I just kind of just do that. But again, it does work as a one-handed. It doesn't work as well as the Curidas. Well, the Curidas I think I may have put back together wrong. But the Curidas does have a, oh, there's no cartridge in it. But the Curidas is, you can, and the Tech also, it's very easy. And of course the Mahjong / vanishing point is easier as well. And not that this isn't, but if you hold it up here and try to do it, then your skin is going to get all up in here, and you're obstructing this part here. that needs a clear path to move down here. So if your hands are up here, then you're going to squeeze yourself, you're going to pinch yourself because this is sharp, and you're going to just kind of obstruct it, so it won't really work well. So that's the clicking mechanism. It is a fairly chunky pen, but I do find it to be comfortable. According to Nahvalur's website, it's 1.2 ounces or 34 grams. And as far as size comparisons, it's pretty comparable to it's a little longer than the A1. I need to put some ink in this. The Curidas is about the same, and the Rytec is about the same as the Vanishing Point. So I would say the Eclipse and the Curidas are about the same. Altogether, it's not very much of a big difference. The biggest difference is the chunkiness of the pen, which may not be for everyone. So I'm going to do a little writing and show you how it writes. So again, this is the Nahvalur or Nahval Eclipse. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm going to say this is version 2, so it's clear. And this is a fine. It's a steel nib. They only come in fine and medium. So you can see I'm holding it like that. That tends to be the most comfortable for me. But I did notice that when I am writing for a long time, it's easy to switch my grip to ease the strain. And I write with it. It's comfortable in both hands. Make sure I'm still in frame. But you see, I am holding it a little bit higher. Just a little bit higher with my left hand. But yeah, no issues. But I would say if you don't like, thick sections, and there's really no contour here. I mean, it contours down, but with your grip, there's nothing to really sink your fingers into, other than just to brace your one finger against the clip. So, again, I would say this pen is very much a try before you buy it, or buy it for someone you know that you can easily return, because it may not be for everyone, like I said. But I really enjoy it. It's very reliable. It doesn't skip. It doesn't dry out either. And the ink that I have in here, this is, let me make sure I'm in frame. This is Sailor Manyo Yomoji. And it's a mix. I got this at the DC Pen Show from a nice man that said he mixed it, and I really like the color. I don't know what he mixed it with, but it's a nice deep blue with a little red shading there. So I'm gonna compare how the Mahjong A1 writes. And they both write, I would say, pretty much the same. A1. This is also fine. This pen is inked with J. Arbonne Croup de Chypre. Croup de Chypre does have a little bit of, well, has quite a bit of shimmer in it, but I don't mix it well, so there's not too much shimmer in here to clog up this fine nib. I did have issues with this drying out, but Pen Gangsta had a nice tutorial on how to use silicone grease in there to keep it from drying out, and that's worked really well. So I can go, you know, about a week without this drying out. But this has never dried out on me, no matter how long I've gone without writing with it. The only time it's dried out is when it ran out of ink. You can see the mechanisms are quite a bit the same. Just has a wider mouth there. The Rytec is quite a bit different. It has that flap. And I don't really enjoy writing with this, but I do enjoy drawing with this pen. It's a much more preferable pen to draw with rather than to write with. And I can show you my French transcriptions. So this is with the Nahvalur. I did a whole page. There's absolutely no stopping, no hard starts for this whole page. And then with the Mahjong A1, there was one hard start there. And there's another one down here too. I did find that would, as you can see, there's darker and then there's lighter. I did have to prime the feed a little bit while I was writing, and that may have just something to do with the J. Arbonne and the shimmer. But other than that, it worked really. They both worked really well. I would say the Nahvalur is more of a crisp writer, and again, that may have something to do with the ink that I was using. Now I tried to write a little bit with the Rytec, and it was much scratchier. And then I started making all kinds of mistakes. So I just gave up on that and just settled for the fact that the Rytec would be a drawing pen, not a writing pen. I don't mind the scratchiness when I'm drawing, but not when I'm writing. So in your second log, here's a narwhal. It's again, it's a fine nib, and the line width is about 0.35. And there it is, and it writes really well in reverse, a nice extra fine in reverse. The nib is firm, you know, so I said firm nib, smooth and reliable, and just nice. Mahjong A1 has a little bit of a thicker line. Again, may have something to do with the ink that I was using. See the wetness. It's not really wet there, but the A1 is pretty wet even with this paper. Again, another firm nib, smooth, nice writer, excellent for the price, and as I said, it's wet. And there it is in reverse, another extra fine, and the line width is just a little bit thicker than the Eclipse, 0.4 versus 0.35. So that's the Yosaka log. So conclusions. Again, this is a great writer. I did forget to mention that it is $99, which is, it's not a bad price, I think, for this pen. My fingers are a little sensitive to things that are sharp, things that dig into my skin. The sections really don't matter to me, the shape of the sections. It's more important that I have a grip. If I don't have a grip, I really can't write with a pen. So any grip that's slippery, I can't really tolerate, but the size of the grip doesn't really bother me, and these clips never bother me. The biggest bother with me in this pen is these sharp edges. These sharp edges. These are very sharp. So I think even if they charge a little extra just to smooth those down a little bit better, this would be a better writing experience. I really don't like the feel of, you know, these pieces of aluminum digging into my skin. Got to push down and okay, push down just so. And even then, when I was trying to tighten the cap, this part here is digging into my skin. These ridges here don't bother me. They're pretty comfortable. It's just, yeah, that's the biggest issue with this pen for me, is these this ends. They just need to be smoothed a little bit. I never compared it to the first version, so I don't know if it was improved at all, but that's my biggest critique. And again, I think this is a good price. It's just something that, as I said before, that you may want to just try it before you purchase it. But I think it's an excellent value at $99. Just some minor issues, but it really doesn't. Once I get into the flow of writing and I have my hand down here, there are no issues. So that's my review of the Nahvalur Eclipse version 2. Again, this color is Hepatizon with rose gold trim. Thank you all for watching and sticking by me. I think I'm close to 1,500 subscribers by now. So I appreciate everyone that watches. My pace has slowed a little bit because I've had a lot of house stuff, and I was rear-ended and had some car issues and that sort of thing. But hopefully, I am furloughed, so hopefully I'll have more time to make some videos. I'm enjoying my time off. I know, unfortunately, a lot of other people are probably struggling. So my thoughts are with all my fellow feds who are furloughed, and especially those that are working and not getting paid. That's just crazy. But enough of that. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all, and I will catch you next time for my currently inked for October 2025. Take care.